Bienvenidos a The Manny Perez Show, el show que informa, trabaja y resuelve los problemas de nuestra comunidad. Sí podemos con The Manny Perez Show. Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Manny Perez Show. And I'm Manny Manuel Perez, your life coach, community leader, political leader, a person dedicated to your success and the success of our community. And with me is our journalist, Gabriela Ascanio, and our production engineer, Julio Camacho. And today's program will be dedicated to ranked choice voting. Why? Because there's still confusion. And we have to work around the confusion. But before we get into that topic, I'm going to give the microphone to Gabriela so she can get us started on today's program.
Hi, everybody. I hope you had a nice Valentine's Day. And I'm going to start with the news. Okay, first of all, last week, well, um, I don't know for sure if it started last week or if it started yesterday. The restaurants are now open for indoor dining, and hopefully, we're going to stay that way for a long time. It's going to be permanently. So, it's been a rough time for restaurants and for business owners because, well, having the 25% capacity and only outdoor dining and delivery, it's hitting hard on them. So thankfully, we're getting back to normal or the new normal, and we're gonna have the indoor dining, and we're gonna have be checking if that's still a possibility in the future because if the numbers go up once again, I don't think we're gonna be able to be eating inside a restaurant for a long time. Besides that, we have that now City Field. It's a huge vaccination site. We have a few in the city. I know that we have the Yankee Stadium as well, and that means that step by step we're getting everyone vaccinated. So that means that in a short period, we might be all vaccinated and we're going to get back to how we used to be. We still have to use the mask. We still have to practice social distancing and wash our hands regularly. But that means that we're going to be able to live with COVID and not being afraid every day of getting sick or getting somebody else sick.
Yep.
We have to mention as well that unsafe. It's not safe everywhere, and we still have people vandalizing stuff, and the structures of the outdoor dining, the structures of the restaurants outside, people are vandalizing. There's still people pushing others into the tracks of the train. So be careful when you go out. And the thing I do is that I stand next to the stairs because I don't like being so close to the tracks because we don't know. You don't know who is next to you. You don't know if somebody is unstable or somebody might be sick. We don't know. Maybe somebody is angry at something, and I don't know what why they're doing this. But you just have to be careful when you go outside. And it's not ideal. You don't have to be afraid everywhere you walk, but just be careful and be aware of everyone that is near you. So, what do you think, Manny?
Well, part of the problem we have with the COVID is that a lot of people are becoming unbalanced. Call it mental illness if you want to, but some people really are just desperate. And because they're desperate, they'll do things that normally they wouldn't do. And yes, am I being nice about it? Yes. I mean, it's easy to criticize, but push people onto tracks, not acceptable. Destroying property, not acceptable. I mean, coughing on people is not acceptable. When you're hurting somebody else, I'm sorry, it's not acceptable. 311 can offer support because if you feel or your family feels that you're being a little bit unreasonable and dangerous, I'd say yes. Swallow your pride. Call 311 and say, listen, my family's telling me I got to call you. That's the brave thing to do. But let's go on to the better part. We've got a vaccine. Now even pharmacies can give you the vaccine. I have a friend who just did it over the weekend. Got in touch with Walgreens, got an appointment, got the vaccination. Are the vaccinations still restricted to some groups? That is true. Why? Because we don't have enough vaccines to go, or people that apply the vaccines to be able to give it to everyone. So they're giving it to the people first that the government has decided have the greatest risk. I got my vaccine at a hospital last week. Getting my second vaccine probably March 2nd. As Gabriela said, once I get the vaccine, I have some immunity, and that immunity is important. But I'm still recommended to wear two masks. Dr. Fauci gave us the instructions. First, my medical mask, and then a cloth mask on top of it. Between the two of them, lots of safety. I have hand sanitizer. I wash my hands also. That's what I've got to do. And then I can go back to a more normal kind of lifestyle. For Valentine's Day, yes, I was really happy, my wife and I, that we could go to a restaurant. It's wonderful. Now, are restaurants still kind of empty because it's 25%? Yes. But plan, and please do go to local restaurants. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money. It's just we have to help our local economy. A lot of restaurants closed close to my house. Restaurants that had lasted almost a year closed. And why? Well, rents. The city has offered both grants and loans, but those people that take out loans, they've got to pay them back. So my suggestion to you guys, to everybody listening to this program, is take care of yourself. Wear your masks, use hand sanitizer, and get the vaccine. And think local. Think local for your business, for your food, for your services. Help your neighbors. Because if your next door neighbor is in trouble, guess what? You're in trouble. That's the way I live. My neighbors, I hope they're doing well because that means I live better. But now let's go to the topic we said we were going to talk about ranked choice voting. Ranked choice voting was approved in November of 2019 by 74% of the voters. If you say this is the first time you've heard of ranked choice voting and you voted in 2019, well, you forgot. The thing is, it sounded and it sounds wonderful. It's yeah, let's rank the choices. We all know about ranking choices, hey, it's first place, second place, third place, up to fifth place. You rank them. And why was it considered important to rank them? Because our representatives are supposed to represent us. It's not a popularity test. We're trying to choose the best for the whole community. And the thought is that if we can rank our choices, then it's more possible that we'll find someone that everybody can work with. Because the winner takes all way of voting, which was the past and which still exists, in places that don't have ranked choice voting, well, winner takes all means that you can have a lot of people very angry at the choice that was made and with no justification to kind of accept that because they feel they lost. Ranked choice voting, you've got your first place, your second, your third, your fourth, and your fifth. And this is, oops, a small example. I took this from a video that the city has on how to do ranked choice voting. They actually explained it very well, and they explain how the votes are counted. I'm not going to go into the math of it. All I want you to understand is that for each position people are going to vote for, you've got names, and next to the names, you're going to have five dots: first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And for your favorite candidate, you're going to put the dot in number one. For your second favorite, number two. For your third favorite, number three. So let's assume that we have an election right now, and our candidates for this election is Gabriela, Julio, and I. Now, you might say, oh no, I prefer people with long hair. Okay, you prefer people with long hair? Gabriela is now your first choice, and you vote for Gabriela. And then you might say, oh, but Manuel, he's got this radio program. He's a nice guy. I'll put him second. And Julio looks okay in his pictures, but I really don't know much about him, so you put him third. It's that simple. Ranked choice voting. Voting, of course, is first step. And we vote, and that's something all citizens have the right to and the duty to do. But remember, when you vote for someone, you're voting for someone that's supposed to do what you want. If you don't give instructions, if you don't communicate with your elected representative cannot represent you. Why? Because you're not communicating. And that's the most important part of a democracy. Ranked choice voting does not solve this problem. This problem only is solved when you decide to communicate with your representative. The good part is that with ranked choice voting, you'll feel more comfortable with whoever wins. And that's what we want. So we've done now the explanation of the first part of what I want to cover with ranked choice voting. Gabriela, how many minutes do I have?
1 minute.
Okay. So we are going to continue after a small break. And we will hear from Gabriela is going to have some questions for us. We're going to talk a little bit more about this process and how it can help us and how you should not be nervous about it. So we will be right back. Manny Manuel Perez, our journalist Gabriela Ascanio, and Julio Camacho, our production engineer. See you in a moment. Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is the Manny Perez Show with me, Manuel Perez, your success coach, community leader, political leader here in Queens, and the person that is always finding solutions to our community's problems. So you got to get in touch with me if you have any questions. And with me is somebody else you want to speak to, our journalist Gabriela Ascanio, and our production engineer Julio Camacho. Today we're talking about ranked choice voting. Okay? And you can get more information on ranked choice voting at the city website that has that information for you. And it should appear right here at the bottom of the screen for you. And they have even a video that explains how to fill out your ballot, which, by the way, is going to be very long. And I'll explain why in a moment. But you will see how to fill it out and how the math is for determining, for deciding who won that position. So before I continue talking, because you guys know I talk a lot, Gabriela, do you have any comment or question for us?
Um, I see that what the what they're trying to do is get an insight, a better insight of what a person thinks of all the candidates, so they can choose the one that the most of us want. Um, what happens if I make a mistake and only choose one, Manny?
Well, if you only choose one, you put him like number one, it's not a mistake. You just voted for the first
No, what
place.
happens if I forgot to put the number two and three and four, and I just vote as I used to?
Well, then you do have a small problem because you didn't put your second choice, your third choice, or more up to the fifth choice, and you're only giving a vote for the person in first place, according to you. Okay, your first place person is the only one that gets your vote because you forgot to fill out the rest. So please don't forget to fill it out unless you only like one candidate. That happens. Sometimes people say, no, I like Gabriela. She's the only one I like, and I'm not voting for anyone else. Okay, that's your choice. People do that. And that's what we've been used to doing. That's another important thing about ranked choice voting. We're being taught, hey, okay, your favorite is Gabriela, but there are other people on the ballot. Who else would you think would help? Would help your community? Who else do you think is going to be a good representative? A person that knows what they're doing, a person that will help the whole community, not just a small group, a person that will work for democracy. Well, that's your choice. That's your decision. And in New York City and New York State right now, well, we've got the ranked choice voting for city positions. Now, having said that, the the important thing is that your ballot is going to be very long. And why do I say this? Well, because more than half of all the council members, for example, they're term limited. Our mayor is term limited. We have term limited positions where people have been there for the years that the law says is their maximum. So now a lot of people, and mind you, that even includes me, are running for a position. If a lot of people are running for a position, well, ranked choice voting might actually be even more important because if you've got a position and you have 10 candidates and 100 people vote, basically you can expect that each candidate will get around 10 votes. That's the average. And that can make it very difficult for somebody to win that election. With ranked choice voting, though, the procedure exists. And you will find someone who will win. And who will win according to the math as being the favorite. So don't get confused. It's a long ballot, yes. My own opinion, I'm probably going to do the mail in ballot, the absentee voting, not just because of COVID, but also because then I can do it slowly. I can fill it out little by little, figuring out and making sure I don't forget to put my second, third, fourth, and fifth choice if I have them. You can do the same. It's a process that we have to learn because, as Gabriela was telling me, hey, we have to try new things. Life is all about change. You can repeat what you told me off camera, Gabriela, about this, about learning, about change.
Uh, we all move forward, and every day there's something new that we have to do that goes with the same speed as the society, and maybe we need we need the opinion about everybody that's running for a position because we need to know who's better for that. We're choosing who's going to be making our decisions, and we have to know who's better, who's the one that a lot of people want, and
Yeah,
maybe they're trying. If this is an efficient method, it will stay. If it's not, then we're going to have something new, and that's how we are going to do it from now on. Maybe this is for the best. We have to try it, and I don't think that is that difficult. You only have to check the options, and if you think that John is good but it's not the best, you put it in number two. And if you think that Mark, for saying a name, is not a good option, then you put number five, or maybe you don't put a number five. Maybe you just want three people, and that's it.
right. And in this whole process, of course, part of I think what we all want is to know more about our candidates. A lot of the times we're just looking at all the advertising. And advertising is advertising. If you believe all the ads, all the things you get in the mail, well, okay, that's your choice. I personally I try to listen to people. I try to see how many years they've been in the community. I try to see what they've done and what fruits we've gotten from their work. So the important thing here is just that it's your choice. It's your decision. And with ranked choice voting, you have a little bit more flexibility. It's not winner takes all. Because yes, sometimes I mean, I remember elections here where it was four people. They were all friends. They were all excellent. And they were all running for the same position, which I thought was not very smart. Because why should friends be fighting among themselves? But the friends decide to do it sometimes. And then you have to choose between people who you like. And you have to say, oh, well, this one's my favorite. This one's second favorite, third favorite. You start deciding and you start ranking them. So, hey, it's a new way of doing it. Is it a challenge for some people? Possibly. If you do have eyesight issues, please ask somebody to help you. And of course, as I said before, if you have any questions, get in touch with me. Get in touch with Gabriela. This program is yours. We can help you, and we will help you. And remember to, when you're voting, to think in terms not just of your preference, but of what our community needs. Because right now, our city will be facing many challenges. Our budget is already in trouble. Our transportation system is in trouble. We're having issues with crime. We're having issues with other systems that need to be maintained. I mean, it's a lot of things going on. And a lot of us are unemployed. And I will mention the housing issue. I mean, as soon as the COVID 19 pandemic is under control, all of those protections against eviction are going to run out. And a lot of people owe a lot of money. A lot of people are going to be in trouble. We need representatives that will represent us and find solutions. So please do think about it. I have one more minute, is it, Gabriela?
Less than one.
Okay, so everyone knows next Monday, 7 p.m., the Manny Perez Show. And I, Manuel Perez, will be with you, as well as Gabriel Ascanio, our journalist, and Julio in America TV Productions, who help us bring this program to you every week. Thank you very much. I hope you did have a great Valentine's Day. And remember, yes, you can solve your problems. Thank you for joining us on the Manny Perez Show, the show that covers, works on, and solves our community's issues. Yes, we can. The Manny Perez Show.